Hey guys, welcome to the first part of my home automation tutorial series. In previous videos of mine, I've shown you how to get the ESP8266 module up and running with the Arduino IDE, and I've even shown you guys how to build very nice and quick power supplies for your modules as well. In this video series, we're going to take these modules and we're going to network these devices together to start the basis of a home automation system that you can build in your own house. So to start today, I wanted to show you guys how to connect your ESP modules to a Raspberry Pi using the MQTT protocol. MQTT is a lightweight messaging protocol that allows embedded devices such as the ESP8266 to talk to each other or to talk to the outside world. It uses a publish and subscribe messaging model wherein one device publishes a message and all devices subscribed to that topic receive that same message. It does require a broker or server that handles all the messages and handles how to distribute them amongst the various clients. And that's what we'll be using this Raspberry Pi for today. This tutorial assumes that you already have a Raspberry Pi set up and understand how to log into it so that you can install the MQTT software. Let's head over to the computer to see how to get everything set up. So to use MQTT, we first have to install the broker or the server on our Raspberry Pi. I've chosen to install the Mosquitto broker. It's an open source broker. It works really well. It's my MQTT broker of choice. This tutorial is going to show you how to set up and run using the Mosquitto broker. Alright, so to get set up, we first have to add the repository to our Raspberry Pi, and then we can install it. So I'm going to take the commands from this page and just paste them into my SSH terminal on the right here. I will put a link to this page in the description of the video so you can follow along with me. Now, at this point, we need to choose one of these two repositories to add here. And I have the Jessie distribution of Raspbian, but you need to make the choice whether you have Wheezy or Jessie and then add the correct repository to yours. So now that I have the repository added to my list, I'm going to update my package manager. So you can see I already had the Jessie repository added to my list, so it gave me a little error there. But hopefully you shouldn't have any error at the end of your update. So at this point now, there's only one thing that we have to do to actually get Mosquitto installed, and that's to install it from the repository. So we're actually going to install both the Mosquitto server and the publish and subscribe services so that we can test out our server after we've installed it. So at this point now, we can test out our Mosquitto server and make sure that everything is running as we want it to. And this is the reason that we installed the Mosquitto clients application as well, because it will let us both publish and subscribe from our terminal here. So I have two terminals open, split screen, and one of them is going to be subscribed to a topic and the other is going to publish to that topic, and we can see how it works in real time. So to subscribe to a topic on your Raspberry Pi, all you have to do is Mosquitto sub -t for the topic, and I'm going to make my topic test topic. So at this point now we are subscribed to the topic up here on the top screen. And moving down to the bottom screen, Mosquitto pub -t for topic. So again, /test/topic -m for our message, and hello. And you can see up there at the top, now we have hello has printed out. And so you can see this is the basic model of publishing and subscribed services using Mosquitto. So at this point, now let's take a look at the ESP8266 code that we will use to connect and talk to this Mosquitto server. So here we have the Arduino code for a simple light that we can turn on and off using the MQTT protocol. So the first thing that we do is we have our ESP8266 Wi-Fi library, and then we are going to be using the pub/sub client library, which can be gotten at this link here. And this will actually allow us to create a MQTT client on our ESP8266 to connect to our server. So here are the only lines that you should have to edit in order to get this program up and running. You need to put the IP address of your MQTT server, so that's your Raspberry Pi that you have running. And then you need to put your Wi-Fi SSID, your network name, and then your Wi-Fi password if you have one. This program will be turning on and off a light on GPIO pin 2, so we define that there. And then the topic for our MQTT server that we'll be listening to, that we'll be subscribed to, is /test/light1. So when we send a 1 as our message to this topic, it will turn our light on. And when we send a 0, it'll turn the light back off. So then we just set up our Wi-Fi client here and our pub/sub client. In setup, we set the pin mode and set our light to be off initially. We enable the serial line for debugging, and then we start the Wi-Fi subsystem. At this point, I call a little function here called reconnect, which I have down here towards the bottom of the program. And this looks complicated. The majority of it is in two sections. First is reconnecting to Wi-Fi, and the second is reconnecting to the MQTT server. So under the Wi-Fi reconnect, it just prints out what we're trying to connect to, and then loops and waits until we are actually connected. And then once we're connected, it just prints out our IP address. So pretty simple chunk of code here. And then down here, we check to see if we're connected to Wi-Fi. If we are, we will continuously attempt to connect to our MQTT server. So to do that, we will generate a unique name based on the MAC address of the ESP module. And then once we are connected, it will print out, and then we will subscribe to our light topic. And this will make it so that any message we send there will be received by the ESP module. And here is the MAC to string function that we call up here to generate our unique ID. So the only other part of code before we get to our loop is our callback. So this function here will be called whenever there is a new message from our light topic here. So what we do in our callback is we convert the topic to a string object rather than a character pointer. And if we had a more complicated program, this would make it easier for us to parse out which topic has been sent to us, which message we've received most recently. And we print out a little bit of debugging information. And then to actually change our light, we check the first byte in our payload and see if it's a 1 or if it's a 0. If it's a 1, we turn our light on, and we're actually going to publish to /test/confirm, and print out light on. So we are subscribed to /test/light1, and every time we turn our light on or off, we will actually publish back to /test/confirm, telling either the light is on or the light is off. Inside of our loop, all we do is we make sure that we're connected to Wi-Fi. If not, we attempt to reconnect. And then we run our MQTT loop, and this just maintains our connection and also looks for any new messages that will bring up our callback function here. And then we have a small delay in here, because delay actually tells the ESP module, okay, we're done doing whatever we need to do now. You go and handle whatever you need to do on the Wi-Fi end, and then get back to me. So that's all that loop does. So this program is very simple. It has, again, a fair amount of setup here, but it's really, most of it is printing debug information. And then our loop is very simple. It just waits for a message, and when we receive a message, it handles it in our callback function here. So let's see this actually running in action with the server and the ESP module in real time. Alright, so as you can see, the ESP8266 is hooked up and powered and has a little red LED connected on the breadboard, the light that was blinking at the beginning of this video. And we have our Raspberry Pi up and running, and I have on the terminal window here, the top section is where we will be publishing to our light topic, and the bottom section is subscribed to the test/confirm topic. So when we send a 1 or a 0 to test light 1, the ESP module will ping back to the test confirm topic, either with light on or light off. So let's test it out. So I'm going to try to turn the light on. Hey, look at that. The light turned on and it sent back the message light on. Now if I send a 0, the light turns off and it tells us that the light is off. Now I could send something else here, just a string of characters, and nothing happens. And that's because on the Arduino code it is actually checking to see whether we've sent a 1 or a 0. So again, we send 1 and the light turns on and it confirms for us, and 0 and the light turns off. So that's the basics of getting your MQTT server set up and using it on an ESP8266. Now in future videos I will show you how to use this to have two ESP8266s or more talking to each other via MQTT. I will also be showing you guys how to wire up various sensors to automatically report back to your server, and also how to set up a nice user interface so you can monitor all of this from your web browser. You don't have to use the terminal to look at all of this. So stay tuned for those videos. I'll be putting them out as quickly as I can make them. I love showing you guys this stuff. This is what I do every day. If you have an idea for a video that you want me to do, let me know. Shoot me a message on Twitter and I will be sure to try to get back to you and make the video that you want to see. So until next time guys, take it easy. See you later.